Hi, this is Shannon. So my third video. Wanted to talk about some of the questions I get about being transgender. One of them is, why did I wait until I was 46 years old to transition? And I don't know if I touched on it in the other videos, but I didn't wait. I didn't realize I'm transgender until I was 46. There were a lot of signs over the years, like I have said in a previous video, that growing up and always having more friends that were girls and doing, playing with girls' toys and being with, the women in the family more than the men, and feeling alien and all that, and so anyhow, I didn't wait. I just didn't put it together. And having grown up in the 70s and 80s, it was a very different time, and you never heard of a transgender person. It wasn't like it is today, where transgender people are on TV and in magazines and in very public places. Politicians are there are transgender politicians. We're much more visible now. And so if I was a kid today, if I was 8 today, I'd say I'd recognize myself immediately. If I saw a transgender person, I would say, hey, that's me. That's what I'm like. That's what I feel like. So I didn't have the language when I was young, and as I grew up and got older, I kept fighting. Again, I didn't put the label on it, but I kept trying to be a man like everybody expected of me. I tried to be masculine, and I tried to be so many things I'm not, and it was just bad. But so yeah, I did not wait. I just simply didn't recognize it. So as soon as I did figure it out, and that took a few months, took a couple stages. Oh my God, I'm nervous. But yeah, it took a few months, and I finally recognized it, and I admitted it. Once I admitted it to myself, and then I went through basically the process of accepting it and coming to terms with it, because it's a huge change in your life. And even though I'm super happy now, I'm like the happiest I've ever been, and it wasn't like that when I first realized it. I was just scared, and I felt this desperation and loneliness and isolation, because again, I didn't know really anybody in real life. I worked with one transgender man, but we never ever talked about it, ever. It was never acknowledged, it was never hinted at, and respectfully, I'd never approached him about it, because it's just not polite. I mean, to go up and say, hey, you look trans, let's talk. That's just not cool. So I didn't. So anyhow, but I will say that he was kind of important in my journey, in that I saw somebody living openly as themselves, as their true self, and I took courage from that. So I want to say, Daniel, thank you. You are a big help to me, whether you know it or not. So as soon as I went through the process of accepting myself and kind of calming down, I came out publicly. I started to go to a support group and for transgender people, and talked a lot about my fears and my, you know, I don't know, expectations or desire at least for my transition. And then it was only a few months after that that I actually came out publicly, and 2 months after that I started hormones. So yeah, I've been on hormones for 6 months now, and again, I didn't wait. I just didn't recognize it myself. So the other question I get is, what do I hope to gain out of this? And this is more of, I get this from some people who are truly supportive and some people that are just trolling me. What do I hope to gain is being happy. I was suicidally depressed. I mean, I was in therapy, I was hospitalized. I never liked my body. I never liked myself. I was always I always felt wrong, I guess is the best way to put it. And what I hope to gain is acceptance of myself, and to be happy. I started hormones and I want to get surgeries, and I'm going to get, you know, laser to get this beard off me. But I just want to make my body match who I am on the inside, and that's what I hope to gain. What I hope to gain is basically to live my life as myself. I don't expect any special treatment. I don't want any special treatment. I just want to be treated like another person. Yeah. Another question was, why am I going to transition? Because there's realistically not much, or there's nothing feminine about my body, and that's pretty true. Again, you know, I'll throw in a picture of my full beard because, let's face it, I mean, I just shaved and look at this shadow already. I have giant hands. I have giant feet. I mean, I'm 6'1". Aside from being fat, I'm just large. I got this giant skull. So yeah, I'm not very feminine, and I know that. I mean, obviously I see that every day in the mirror, and I can't tell you how much anguish it's caused me over the years. Because again, it doesn't match who I am on the inside. And anyhow, so why am I doing it? So that I can, so I can try to feminize myself, so I can be happy. Hormones, aside from changing my body, have also helped me emotionally. At first it was a little more of a roller coaster. You know, estrogen's a hell of a drug. So it, I was on a roller coaster there with being super happy and super sad and crying for no reason whatsoever. But that's kind of leveled out now. I'm getting used to it. But again, I'm trying to feminize myself as much as I can. And again, if I don't, I certainly won't ever look, you know, like some of these younger, more, honestly, much more feminine and certainly beautiful women that you'll see on TV or in other YouTube videos. I started my transition very late, 47 years old medically. I was 47 when I started. So not only did I have my entire life of, you know, having my body masculinized through testosterone, but I'm also middle-aged, and I'm not going to get the results that younger folks are. And that's a reality I just have to accept. Can't go back and do it again. I wish I could, and I would if I could, but you can't. So you just got to make the best of the situation you're in and move forward, and that's what I'm doing with hormones and planning surgeries. So I think that'll be, let's see, what's the other questions? I don't know. So that's it. If you have questions, again, put them in the comments. I'm pretty much open to talking about anything. And that's, I guess, it for this one. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye. Oh, so this is going to be just a really rough cut, but yeah, so talking about there's nothing feminine about me, I neglected to mention my voice. So yeah, I just wanted to throw this in there without setting up all my gear again. But yeah, I know what I sound like. I know what I look like. This is me with a cold. I try to lift my voice up to here, but my throat hurts so bad that I cannot do it. So anyhow, yeah, I know my voice is deep even for a guy. And again, that's what I have to live with. So, gonna make the best of it and enjoy my life. All right, bye.